Hey guys, so this is another first impressions video. This time it's for Shelley. And I have been seeing that the top guilds have been underestimating this hero. And I think they are underestimating her. And I'm going to show you why in a second. Let's talk about her skill real quick. Slow speed, usually pretty bad, deals 288% damage, pretty low, to the target and nearby enemies for 3 hits, and inflicts Tiger Bite to the target for 3 turns. Tiger Bite can receive healing. Only one instance of this effect can exist at a time, and it is not considered a debuff. So this is the thing that differentiates her from every other single hero that actually does healing negation in the game. Is that this is not a debuff, so that means it can affect Alia, it can affect Percival and things like that. So, in certain situations versus Alien team specifically, that could be a freaking game changer for sure. Especially if you're playing with Arthur, turning purple anyone, and no matter if they survive, they're still gonna die because they're not healing. So that's a really big advantage in that situation, and that's in just PvP. Imagine in PvE there. Passive: when other allied rangers cast a skill, restores 34% of mana for Shelley. And made Shelley net skill inflict Tiger Crash to the target, dealing 480% extra damage to the target. Ignore shield. So this is the cream of the crop in this situation for her. Gaining 34% mana is almost feels like a segment, but in yellow. And in yellow, we all know that we have Roland. So yeah, Roland is the perfect hero for you to actually play with a scout for sure. And 408% extra damage is a lot of damage if you're going to frickin' do that every single frickin' turn. Because with Roland, and let's be honest, you're going to do this every single frickin' turn, guys. For sure, in this situation. So, very powerful stuff. And ignore shield. So, I don't think that's going to be so relevant in PvE, but in PvP, pretty much everybody has shield, especially in F2. So if you're able to get somebody a really low life and they die and they gain shield for X reason, and you hit them with this hero, they are gonna die. So that is a huge advantage in PvP. So let's talk about her awakenings real quick. +1, I was able to get her to +1. This time around, I got her in really quickly, but then I went straight pity pole for 3 in a row. But I got her. +1, increases lifesteal by 25%, pretty amazing high. Shelley's attack increases by 10 up to 30% for 2 turns when allies cast a skill. So very powerful buff here. It's not 50%. I would have loved to be 50% on other heroes. However, 30%, I'll take it. It's amazing. And I do get 25% lifesteal, which is pretty freaking high, especially when most people actually start accumulating lifesteal through runes, and you get this on top of that. So you're at this point, you know that you're not going to need a really strong shield weapon when playing with her, because she's going to heal up with all the damage that she's doing. The +2 is the usual 10%. Sadly, I was expecting to actually get 10% crit here. The +3 enhances Tiger Bite, reduces the target healing power by 50%. So whoever has the Tiger Bite, it pretty much means that it heals 50% less. So if you slap this on an Alia, yeah, they are going to not heal so much. This could be relevant, but I don't think it's exactly a game changer, game breaker. If this was like 50% healing power and 50% shields, that would be a lot more powerful. A few heroes do have similar abilities like this. The +4 is the usual 10%, and the +5. Ugh. So this is the usual case of making a hero that with awakenings that are so, but the +5 is so freaking broken. Yeah, this is the case, guys. Tiger Crash has the 50% chance to trigger an additional Tiger Crash. So we're talking about double the damage when she actually 50% a chance to get double the damage. The additional Tiger Crash does not trigger the effect. Shelley's skill ignores shields and deals 100% increased damage when attacking enemies with shields. Oh, come on. So we're getting double on top of a double. Oh my god. I really want to see this in action, but sadly, I haven't found anybody using her at +5, but this is going to be very relevant, especially in PvP, because going on after heroes with shields is the bread and butter of PvP. Like, I mean, there's not one team that is not going to have shields in that situation, unless it's a Colette team, but if it's an F2, it's all the same. So yeah. Very powerful stuff, guys. Very powerful. So let's take it to a spin real quick here. Alright, guys. So we're using the usual team that they give to actually test this out. So we're going to do that now. And it is absolutely full of her factions. So this should be really freaking fun. So at this point, let's activate this real quick. So you're going to notice something right off the bat with her. Let me do it without the tire crash thing. I'm going to show you now. So everybody's full of shields. In usual times, it's not going to work with versus anything. Let's activate her slowly, but without the tire crash. Check this out. See? Completely pathetic, but you were able to see that he was able to get a little bit of damage because she does penetrate the actual shields there. However, now that she does have the tire crash, which is this, and by the way, if you decide to use Sigmund on your same team, this is a very powerful combo because Sigmund is going to go up over and over and over again, and is also going to power her up as well. So that is pretty powerful. So let's check the tire crash here. Now, really slowly, the very first hit that she's going to do is the tire crash here, and that's the tire crash, and you saw that it doubled, boom, boom, those two hits at the same time. However, if she actually had a weapon that actually gave crit, yeah, that would have been freaking crazy. Because remember that her faction, remember her weapon. Her weapon is 25% crit, but she's going to get 25% if you have a bunch of these guys. So if you have 3 of these, you'll be able to actually get 20% crit chance, and top of her weapon is 25. So 45% crit chance. So that's why you don't see so much crit in her awakening stuff. So let's finish these guys off. So let's do this one instead. That's one. There we go. We can actually try to do all 3 in this case, but we didn't. He's +5. Yes, he's +5. So let's do it one more time here. So let's see how she actually reacts when she doesn't have any shields here. And boom! It still hit like a tiger. Pretty much. Pretty amazing stuff to see, guys. Very impressive stuff. Boom. Look at all these combos we're doing here. Boom. We only had a little bit more there, and he filled it up. So let's try to take out this guy. This is pretty annoying. Well, let's try this guy instead. And check out the tower crash again. Boom. Oh, this time it's only 1. Remember, there's 50% chance to actually do that. So let's keep doing it here. Let's do it faster. I already showed you what I wanted to show you here. Oh, apparently I didn't target it, which is fine. Boom. So let's try to kill this guy this time. Boom, boom. See, the critting is what changes everything for her. If you're able to make her crit, it's going to be a game changer for her for sure. Let me switch here. Alright, and the critting. If it crits, it's going to do a bunch of damage that's going to be game changer for you because it does penetrate shields. So it doesn't matter if the enemy is full of shields, he will be able to actually do extra damage there. So I'm going to show you a few fights that I actually was able to find in my last war. And sadly, it was only her at +1 and her at +0. So you're going to see her in action, underpowered, and with the wrong weapons. So you can see how she actually moves in that respect. Check it out.
Accept your fate.
Water for traitors! For the sake of Antia!
My sword shall remain by your side.
Water for traitors!
Fight for our future.
Water for traitors! Over this head!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light!
Accept your fate.
Water for traitors! Over this head!
Feel with your heart.
Water for traitors! Over this head! Water for traitors!
Accept your fate.
Water for traitors!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your
By
heart.
the powers of light! Water for traitors!
My sword shall remain by your side.
Water for traitors! Over this head! By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Accept your fate.
Water for traitors!
Accept your fate.
Water for traitors!
My sword shall remain by your side.
Water for traitors! Over this head! By the powers of light!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your heart. My sword shall remain by your side.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Hysteria Mortis!
The power of thunder!
By the purifying powers of water,
I will restore.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light!
Feel with your heart.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your
By the
heart.
powers of light! powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with
By
your
the
heart.
powers of light! By the powers of light!
I will restore.
By the powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
By the purifying powers of water!
By the powers of light!
Feel with
By
your
the
heart.
powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your
By the
heart.
powers of light! By the powers of light! By the powers of light!
Feel with your
By the
heart.
powers of light!
So you can see there, she really did a good job in lowering the attack. Well, more than anything, lowered the life of the enemy to the point that they had to die at some point, even if they had shields. So that's a very important stuff. And on the fight that she actually fought Alia there, that's when you actually saw that she had the debuff for the healing. Even if Alia would have gone off, she would have died in that situation because she wouldn't have healed. So yeah, very important tactical part of using her in that situation. Now let's talk about the part that people are underestimating her a lot, and that is with her weapon, and we're gonna clear that up with her weapon here. Rangers.
I don't care.
So the ranger weapon increases critical chance by 25%, and for Shelley it increases a 50% critical damage. So in this with this weapon, the developers have revealed what they want this hero to do. They want her to crit, and they want her to do a lot of damage when she crits. So this is the secret to actually making her do a lot of damage, and it's not her weapon. I do not recommend to use this weapon at all. Why? Because it's only 25% crit chance. I want more, a lot more crit chance than this, and I don't want to be forced to actually use all of my entire team of her own faction. Maybe 3, maybe 2. I'd rather just use 2, to be honest, in this situation. So yeah, in this situation I highly recommend you use 2 or 3. But her weapon just giving 25 crit, no, I need more, much more. And that's what I'm going to show you, because the actual weapon that I recommend you to actually use is Lupita's weapon. Because remember, she is a strength hero, so you are able to give her the best crit weapon for strength in the entire game. And that by far is Lupita, because that weapon does stack, and it stacks up to 3 times, so that's going to give her 60% crit chance. And if you pair her with a +5 Apollo like I do, she is going to overperform in every way that you actually use her in that situation. And how is she gonna overperform? I'm gonna show you right now, and there's a perfect way to do that, and that is with Titans and level Inferno. So yeah, we're going there, guys. We're doing this one. Remember, I do have my guy here that is in this situation at +5, so he is going to actually give the 30% crit and the 60% crit damage. That's gonna give her even more attack. So in the same time, my Roland here is a crit chance hero, so if I raise his crit and crit damage, he's gonna overperform as well. So in this situation, it is going to be very good. I could switch this guy over here, maybe for another hero for yellow. Do we have somebody that is yellow on her faction that we could possibly use? That is interesting. So let's see. Yeah, let's try this guy. Even if he's so low in there. Let's see. I'd probably give him. I would like to give him a crit weapon too. Let me see. Let's just leave it how we had it before, guys. Because this way we can actually make sure that she gets healed and all that good stuff. Alright, let's go, guys. Man, Runosuke at +5 is freaking broken too. So many great heroes, guys. Alright, when you're playing this, you gotta play a little bit faster. So we're giving her the buff,
By your side.
and we're giving her all this stuff, and we're giving her crit chance. But remember here that the weapon... Oh, it does have 60% crit chance here. Wow, that was actually pretty fast in getting it. And 30% crit chance from this guy. So we're right now doing 90% plus the 10% that I'm gaining from the Roland Rangers faction buff. So right now she's doing 100% crit chance from everything that she's doing. So yeah, this is very powerful, guys, and I'm gonna show you now. Let's see how hard we can hit her now. And that is... Alright, I have not used this guy, so she doesn't have the critting. So I have to actually power her up here. So activating Roland 3 times. And the good thing is that Roland still gets one additional one. So now we're able to actually see it. And 61k damage. That is a really high amount of damage, guys, for sure. So let's keep doing this here. Boom, boom, boom. Don't go off. Okay. So let's see if we're able to do it one more time. And boom! Before he went, now we're at 4 now. Don't let that fool you. That 4 is not gonna last very much.
My sword shall remain by your side.
So I'm gonna do it a little bit faster now. So I'm gonna try to take out one of the ones that are shielded. And do we have a Stonebreaker? Yes, we do. Let's go into on the next side. There we go. Now nobody has shields here.
My sword shall remain by
And
your
activate the
side.
dragon. And activate her again. Alrighty. So we do have stones to activate here. So why not? Why not just activate it here to break this? So now let's do the full damage. Look at all that critting. That is amazing to see, guys. Very, very cool. So this is where things change, guys. At this point, she starts doing so much damage with Roland that, yeah, things start to like melt with like butter. So let's see. Do we have enough? I don't think we have enough. Let's try here.
My sword shall remain by your side.
Dragon. One more. And let's see. Will we be able to actually do it? The thing is that the turtling here is amazing. Just need one more. Boom. Very cool stuff, guys. Let's see the results here. See, out of the entire team, she made the whole damage, and she is freaking +1 with a crit weapon. So yeah, she's doing a lot of damage, guys, and yeah. So that's why I think that Lupita's weapon is the best weapon for her, because she's gonna get to a point that she'll be able to do 100% crit chance as long as you have Apollo. If not, 70% crit chance is pretty high still, and that is damage that goes through the shields. And in PvP, that could be a real game changer, in my opinion, of course. So those are my main thoughts with her for now. I still need to do a lot of testing. I still need to see other players actually using her at +5. Because, yeah, I would love to see her on defense, on the attack at +5. That would be freaking amazing. However, do I think that she is a must-have? Oh, my God. I don't have enough information to say that she's a must-have, but for now I am going to say that she is a must-have for players that don't have an amazing yellow hero and they only have Roland. Because trust me, I would say that most players in the entire game who have a yellow team have Roland but don't have a really strong damage dealer for arena and things like that. So and on the attack, and this one fits the bill very well. She worked so well with Roland that is not even funny. Yeah, so yeah. I still need to do a little bit more testing before I give her the must-have tag. She's very similar to Sigmund, and he is a must-have. So yeah, I'm almost gonna say that she's a must-have, but I won't. I just want to test her a little bit more, guys. A little bit more. However, for Awakenings, I don't think that she needs her her +1. I think that you can use her at +0 as long as you give her a good weapon like Lupita's weapon for crits, and you pair her with other from her own faction. Yeah, she is gonna do a lot of work for you in that situation. However, if you do want to awaken her, you can get her +1. Her +1, giving her 25% lifesteal, is huge for her. I don't think that she's gonna need a shield weapon on the attack if you get her in +1. So that is a huge advantage in that situation. The +3, it's good, but it's not going to help you all the time, so I don't think it's good at all. You don't have to go crazy getting her at +3 in this situation. However, this +5 is so freaking powerful. It's not even funny. In PvP, oh my god, I really wish somebody had gotten her to +5 and I actually seen her. But my wait continues, and I'll continue to find footage, guys. Alright guys, if you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave it in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.